The following is an excerpt from the book Mr. Gloop and the Adventures of the Golden Dolphin.
A big black bird with a long neck was swimming down, heading for the golden aura. It was Cassie Cormorant. Wings swept back like a Delta dive bomber, paddling them up and down as she swam. Her dark blue eyes and yellow beak had a nasty hook-like curve on the end. Cassie looked aggressive and unfriendly. Coming to a sliding halt just inside the aura, she said,
"So this is what has been disturbing my nightly sleep,"
she puffed out in squawky bird talk.
"And who are you with your golden glow?"
she said to the Golden Dolphin. The Golden Dolphin blushed a deeper shade of gold, not answering. Mr. Gloop, seeing her lost for words, came to her rescue. He glooped and glowered over Cassie.
"The Golden Dolphin has been sent here with these children to help those above know more about us down here. Bronwyn and Julian are with the Golden Dolphin and are learning to take a message back that we sea creatures need to be loved and respected. Why are you intruding on my cod hole?"
He further glooped. Cassie, realizing that Mr. Gloop was a really big fish, shrank back at his outburst. He was much too big for Cassie to catch. Her yellow beak and beady blue eyes lowered, showing both respect and fear.
"All the birds are scared when the Golden Dolphin comes to see you,"
Cassie stammered.
"I wanted to see what was going on, and now I know. But what are these humans doing here?"
Bernard Blue Groper and Barney Bream were keeping out of sight in the back of the cod hole, because cormorants like to eat fish. Tightwad Turtle, having no fear of the bird, came paddling up behind Cassie and spoke with his soft old voice.
"Cassie, you tell your bird cousins that Bronwyn and Julian are our friends, and we like them very much. The Golden Dolphin is part of us and our life. She has brought Bronwyn and Julian so that they can see we are just as special as the creatures that live on the land."
Tightwad finished. Then, as if it was all too much for him, he settled back down on the ocean bottom and lowered his head to go back to sleep. Cassie then said,
"I see that what the Golden Dolphin is doing is good. I will tell the other feathered friends of mine about all of this when I get back to the surface."
Just then, Julian spied Oscar Octopus. He was being very smart. By changing his body colours to the colours of the surrounding reef, he was very hard to see. Oscar was slimily sliding silently towards Cassie Cormorant, grasping the rocks with some of his 7 tentacles, and moving closer and closer. There was a gleam in his eyes, and he grinned with his very sharp beak. Oscar had never caught a cormorant bird before. Perhaps Cassie would be a tasty morsel. Julian, now understanding what Oscar was planning to do, called out,
"Cassie, Oscar Octopus is coming for you. He wants to eat you. Watch out."
Cassie glanced around just as a slimy tentacle was reaching out to take hold of her leg. Flapping her wings, she moved sideways, neatly evading Oscar's lunge. However, she thought, perhaps now was the time to leave the gathering.
"I don't want to be that octopus's dinner,"
she blurted out.
"I'm off."
With that, Cassie pointed her long neck upwards, did a racing takeoff as fast as she could, pausing on the way up to catch a small white pilchard in her beak. Cassie broke the surface and said to herself,
"Oh, that was lucky. I will have to watch out for that slippery octopus next time. At least I have something to eat."
Up she flew, landing on her favourite spot on the Julian Rocks. Shaking the water off her still quivering wings after the narrow escape from Oscar Octopus. It was time to go back to sleep. Mr. Gloop is available right now as an ebook on Amazon.com. Search for Mr. Gloop, The Adventures of the Golden Dolphin, or use the following URL, amazon.com/DP/B005UF54BU. Mr. Gloop is soon to be available on Amazon.com as a video on demand and as a printed paperback book.